Say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our day.
Good boy.
Welcome to our day. Rock and roll.
That was the best. This is the closeness I keep telling you guys about.
Oh, they've not seen half of it yet.
But I think we're waiting for a bus.
How did you know? We might be waiting for a train or a tram.
We're not sure what's going on, to be honest.
Her elbow smelled. I kissed Mummy's arm.
Just a little bit weird. But before our nap, had a phone call from OT. Oh, my nose is bleeding again. This bit that I've just tried sorting out.
I thought you meant like proper nose.
Oh no, not had one of them in a while.
No, that's what I was so confused about.
Last year when we got referred to social services to get help about like the tidying the house and whatever, and we got completely shut down, like
we don't provide that help.
Yeah, it was like, okay, what do you provide then? Nothing for us. She's cute.
I'm really cute. Can they see my handy appropriately enough?
With your little graphs?
That's my graph.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
I had a phone call. We actually did have a phone call on the 12th of April. I think it was one of the mobile numbers that I chose not to answer. But okay. I answered today and it was OT and somebody's going to come out and see if they can help us at all with making our back garden accessible for me.
I was shooketh. I had no idea we were going to get a phone call.
I didn't.
I thought that they were just going to be like, no, we helped a little bit once before, we're not.
And that's it. Before we had all the building work done, I started building a picket fence, and
it was super cute.
It was.
It was going.
We
really
worked
well.
for ages. Made all our garden really nice and tidy. Grew like some flowers, some veg, and whatever.
Yeah.
And then the builders come in, and we said we obviously wanted like what we were doing, and they were like, "Oh well, we'll speak to the council and see if we can help." And we were like, "Oh, perfect." And then next thing we know, they ripped up my picket fence
and chucked it.
Yeah, changed the path of where it was, and they made like a little hardcore like standing area bit. And we said, oh, well, we need a fence because we don't really want the girls on the grass, which is why I was building a fence. So they're like, oh, it's fine, we'll put one in. Put in a nice wooden gate. And then, next thing you know, they're putting in railings, like council railings. I'll put in a picture here of what I'm on about. And we're like,
I can get through those railings.
How does that stop a dog?
It doesn't.
So they completely destroyed what we were doing and put this really shitty thing in, and I can't access the garden.
No, and on top of all of that, there are still pieces of like rubble and like a slab of, not even like a whole slab, but like a piece of slab of concrete type stuff just in our garden that we've not been able to get rid of yet.
Yep. So obviously, I love being outdoors.
Yeah, we both do.
But I can't be outdoors if I can't get anywhere. So we do really want the whole thing patioed and just levelled off to have access over the whole garden. But we can't afford that.
Even if they have to just concrete it all over, which I reckon they will, because they'll be like, concrete will be longer lasting. And, or like cement, whichever one they use.
Yeah.
Even if they just do that, we just want the whole garden level, without the railings, without a gate, so we can just go
without
outside.
Grass.
Yeah, so we can just go outside. We don't have to deal with, because, like I said the other day, I struggle sometimes to deal with the grass, which is why it looks like what it does.
There's so many potholes and things like that in there.
Holes.
It's just awkward.
Like the other day, I can't remember if I was recording at that point, but my foot fell in a hole and thinking, actually, it hurt my ankle, didn't it? And I felt it click. And yesterday, when we were sorting out, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday, when we were sorting out, my ankle was killing me the whole time.
So they're coming on Tuesday next week. So please keep your fingers crossed for us with hopefully getting our garden sorted.
Because yes, it'll cost more to do like the whole entire garden. But on
all
the
they
other
got to do
hand,
is rip it all out and then
that's
just
all
concrete
they've got
it.
to do. They don't have to be like
Fancy dancy or anything.
No, like they might have to put. I'm gonna see if I can get them to do what they've got next door, because they've got like a little bit of wall at the back of their garden which has got like a raised bed in it, and they're gonna have to put some kind of wall in if they're gonna flatten out the whole garden, because the back of the garden is taller.
It's taller, yeah.
So I'm gonna sort of say to them, ask them if they can flatten out the garden and put in like concrete slabs or whatever, but then to put something like that as the support, so that we might actually be able to grow some flowers or even some veg or something at the back.
Because we said we were going to put some raised beds in or something like that if we could do it, like to the height where I can actually do it as well.
Yeah.
But at the moment it's just we can't do anything and we hate our garden.
Yeah, and like with the railings there and the way it does that step up, it's not even like we literally can't do anything with it. It's not like we could like make our own little ramp and pathway, because we can't do that because they've put these step up things on there.
It's just awkward.
Yeah, and the patio bit that they did do floods, which is just great, but
it's all a bit crap.
it's all a bit crap.
Keep your fingers crossed for me and Soph and the girls that we can finally have a decent garden.
Yes. It would also be nice if they did do it like what we want, because then we would be happier letting the girls just lie out there.
Yeah, and we would move the rabbit house and it would make it easier for us to extend it, which is what we want to do. And it'll be less cost because we wouldn't have to do like stuff to the floor, so that like future rabbits couldn't dig through the mud and like dig out of their run or whatever. So we've got all these plans that we've been wanting to do for ages now, at least 18 months, if not longer. And so far we can't do any. So keep your fingers crossed for us, please. Right, I'm going to go upload yesterday's vlog, because that's what I was doing before the girls started waiting for a bus. This is one of many extremely closenesses of Alba.
We should make a vlog. The many closenesses
and then
of Alba.
it does get a bit closer sometimes.
What's she looking at you for, Mum?
But then Dixie jumped up, so
Yeah, that was rude.
Oh, we are a little bit closer.
I'm trying to give you a hug.
So much so. Yeah, and this one's joined in.
I wanted to be in too.
It gets a little bit hot, I'm telling you though.
It does, actually.
So, I've been working on this evening. It's...
That might have worked.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Basically, it's going to be something to do with a dandelion, if it works. And I've got imprints of my face and fingers. I know that sounds bizarre when it said it's going to deal with a dandelion, but I'm hoping it's going to work. This bit is alginate stuff, so this is the stuff you could get like if you go to the dentist and you need impressions of your teeth for like braces or retainers or something like that. And in it is this clear, well, whitey cleary stuff, and that's silicone. So I'm hoping it's going to set with the impressions of my face and fingers. But we shall see. Pull my leg, my knees.
Which leg?
This left, yeah.
Is that why your foot's like that? Is it cramping?
Not my foot, it's my hips out. So I need you to rotate it.
It's not going in, is it?
Do it again.
Did it do it?
No, rotate again.
Okay.
Fuck.
Did it go in?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the joys of my hips.
I'll be you so consumed. Are you okay now?
Yeah. Look at those big eyes.
I almost didn't blink.
No. And I have an issue with this knee at the moment. Well, first of all, this is the joys of my legs now. Like, my foot doesn't sit upright. Like, try and put my foot upright now.
Did I cause cramp?
No, it pulls on my hamstrings.
Yeah. Sorry.
So this is my foot how it is now, like all the time. But this is my knee. It's filled with...
That is a nice bruise.
Yeah. It's literally so filled with fluid. You can see the hair follicles. Like, I've got a scar here. And...
That scar always used to be such a big dent in your leg, didn't it?
yeah. And it's so filled with fluid.
Can they see them?
Yeah.
Bits?
Like, I'm hardly... It's like seconds and it's still staying there. And I'm on water tablets, but this knee and this foot...
The thing is, I can see from here, literally, like this.
It's a band.
That's the shape it goes.
Yeah.
So something in this area isn't right.
Yeah.
And it's solid.
Yeah.
And it hurts, doesn't it?
A lot. It's ridiculous.
Whereas when you compare it to this one...
It's not brilliant.
I mean, this one's hard to tell because you've got that funny nitty.
Yeah.
But, like, you've got... I mean, that's
There's
just
not as big
squishy.
of a rivet.
That's solid. No. Whereas this is just... That's just solid.
Yep. It's like a square. And the problem is, this has only happened since my back injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we don't know what's going on. But it's weird because this knee flares and swells every day. And by the end of the day, this foot swells.
I mean, looking at it from the side, it's already bigger than...
Pushing it?
I did. I pushed it there. Don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can now that I've done my foot.
Yeah.
And obviously that's just seconds. This foot never swells.
No.
It's just my left knee and my right foot. It's ridiculous. But it hurts. But this leg is... You can see the deterioration with my EDS. You can see it bows. Like, this is my thigh. So my leg, literally... You are so interested.
I'm very intrigued.
But yeah, you can literally see this is my thigh. So my leg is supposed to go down. But it goes like that. And it just makes transferring so painful.
Well, yeah, because you're not steady, are you?
No. And then obviously there's that fat ass knee that swells and makes it difficult too. Oh, the joys.
And it's hard as well because as her wife and carer, there's nothing I can do about it.
No.
Like, I can't do anything to help.
We've tried
We've tried massaging.
everything.
We've tried, like, we've got this electronic massage thing, haven't we?
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Like, to reduce the swelling, like, nothing works.
It does it for like an hour.
Yeah, and then it's just...
And then it
back.
goes straight back. You want him to show your belly and legs as well, are you?
Yeah, I need to see.
We've tried compression socks. We've tried bandaging them. We've, like I said, we're on fluid tablets, splints.
I mean, I don't know if the doctor can increase your fluid tablets. I don't know.
Hi, Mum. think I'm on the highest I can be in the community. Yeah. But yeah, it's not fun. And this makes moving...
Oh yeah, it's so much harder because your legs weigh a heck of a lot more than what they should do.
Yeah. When I'm getting... What?
I was just going to say, I mean, I know that you're big. Same as me. I know you're big, but... your legs have only gotten like this since...
And my tummy and my back is so filled.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that handy going?
I was trying to aim for your handy to get you to belly rub me. That's my chest, but that's fine.
And the surgery that we're on about is when I had this massive scar done. At the end of the vlogs, particularly yesterday's, and the day before, it's 2 years ago right now that I had to go into emergency surgery in the middle of the night because I had a hernia that incarcerated my my bowel. So yeah, if Soph hadn't have got me to hospital at that certain point, I could have either lost a lot of bowel or like I could have been fighting for my life because of like my bowel perforating. So that was fun and so painful.
It was awful, wasn't it?
I had to go on a morphine pump. It was so painful.
And like what was really annoying was the fact, although we knew that you had the hernia there because you'd been seen about it, you still had to go through like, even though you were in excruciating pain, they didn't like treat it as an emergency, did they? They were just like, they were
with your lungs.
It took a really long time for them to say, actually, okay, maybe we will. And that was only because one doctor was different.
One doctor was just like, my bloods were off, my bowel, they couldn't push it back in. Literally, I was swelling.
And it was only, like, I don't think they would have done it if we hadn't had said.
Yeah. I hadn't farted in, like, 3 days. I hadn't pooed in days as well, which is obviously because my bowel was... It was blocked, essentially. It was through my stomach muscle and literally just under my skin. You could feel it rippling. It was horrible. Dixie's joined us. And yeah, there's this one doctor that he was just like, if we don't take you in now, we don't know what's going to happen. So literally you got a phone call in the middle of the night, and I think it was 1 o'clock you came in to bring my stuff into me, you said?
I don't remember.
I think it was 1 a.m. I just got out of surgery.
It was really late.
And I was in recovery, and I had to stay in recovery for hours because they didn't have any ICU beds, and I had respiratory arrest and whatever, and it's just like, it was hell. An absolute hell.
And you did exactly what you always do, which is exactly what...
What, the dissociations and
the
sleep paralysis.
Yeah, you did exactly what you usually do. And it was funny because like, you seemed catatonic, which I think is more or less sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Depending on the severity and stuff. But we were trying everything to like wake you up and stuff, and you weren't responsive or whatever. I mean, you were breathing and everything fine with like the mask and whatnot. But in the end, I said to them, have you got ice or something really, really cold that we can put on her neck, because I'm pretty sure it's a sleep paralysis and it'll pull her out. And they were like, oh, we can't do that. That's not right. We can't put something really cold on her. And I'm just like, well, that's fine. Give it to me and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. Thankfully, I put migraine forehead strips in the bag that I brought in, and I whipped one on your forehead, and you were out in less than a minute.
It's ridiculous that they don't listen to the carers.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just carers, but like
family that are close.
Husbands, partners, wives, whatever. It's just...
Yeah, because I deal with that quite a lot, don't I? Where
Yeah.
if you go into sleep paralysis, I have to put something really cold on your neck or your head, and it pulls you out. Because
Yeah.
it's like the shock of it sort of brings her back to reality.
Yep.
But yeah, they wouldn't listen. So, but thank goodness I had that. Otherwise,
I would have been in it for ages again. The last time I had it really bad, I had to have like these tubes in my throat and nose and stuff just to keep me breathing.
Really bad.
My nose has never been right since then.
No.
It sucks.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Are you okay with it? Ooh, is that her face?
No, that was the bird.
Okay. Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
But I need to go for a wee. It's neb time and meds time.
And somebody wants to go to sleep.
And somebody is...
Telling you it's nap time.
Yeah, she does this every time it gets to this time of night.
Oh yeah.
So, thanks for coming on as Davis. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
They're looking at me.
Yeah. I boop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alba.
You're so cute. You're the bin.
Oh!
Well, that's an end in and out.
Oh, thanks.
That's okay, Mommy.
Thanks.